Hector Munoz. Happy birthday, my G. Valerie, get that chenate going, girl. Rooster, baby, I see ya. Hood Visuals TV. Love and respect, my dog. Checo, Pelón. Saludos, my G. Rottweiler Mafia in the casa. Hector, we see you, baby. Yes, sir. Shout out to your lady, homie, Candy. Yeah. Check 1, check 2. We are live and direct. The best podcast west of the Mississippi, baby. Rest easy, Mr. Cam Flores, your family, your loved ones. Nothing but love and respect. Casey, tell me what time it is.
It's game time.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Netflix special? Can anybody say Netflix special? Turn it up! Turn it up! Man. Got the heat coming for you guys right now. Yeah. See everybody tapped in. The Jewish skin. Hey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Thursday evening. Let me get some carne asada. It's a good day to barbecue. Weather's not too bad. What do you prefer on the barbecue?
I prefer barbecue.
Barbecue?
Yes.
Like barbecue.
Barbecue, yes.
Okay. See, it's different. It's different in certain sections. Like, motherfuckers don't, like, on this side of the town, people will, be talking about the carne asada.
Yeah.
But sometimes on another side of the town, they'll be like, hey, the barbecue.
Yeah.
You know what we talking about. And that consists of?
Barbecue.
I love that, man. Yes, sir. Everybody, I want you guys to raise up off your futons and give it up for our guest today, Mr. Charles Butler.
That's correct.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome home too.
Thank you.
Wow. How long were you away for?
43 years.
43 years?
43 years.
How does one man do 43 years and survive it?
You do it day by day.
There's no fast track?
Oh, no. No. If there were, I'd been out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, welcome home, Mr. Butler. And just like all my guests, when they come home from a little stretch, I always try to have a little bit of something for them. You know what I mean? And
Thank you. Thank you there, my brother.
That's for you, OG.
Thank you. Thank you very much, bro.
I'm glad you came out in one piece.
Thank you. That makes two of us.
Yes.
Yes.
How old are you, Mr. Butler?
I'm 73 now.
73 years old.
Yes.
Well, you look good, man.
Thank you.
But they say black
Thank
don't
you.
crack, and they always talking shit. Motherfuckers always talking shit. Black don't crack.
Yeah, black's crack.
You're in high spirits.
I try to be. I try to stay me. You know what I'm saying? I try to stay me, man, the whole time. That's the whole thing right there.
Is that important?
Yes.
Part of doing 43 years old is trying to...
It's trying to be yourself and don't let them change you. You know what I'm saying?
Can you talk right into the mic, sir?
In that environment,
yes.
Want
to help me out real quick?
Okay. In that environment, it'll change you. if it doesn't change you, they'll change you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In other words, you have to go with the flow.
You go with the flow.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And you went with the flow for 43 years.
Oh, yes. But I went with my own flow.
Okay. Yeah.
Not no one else's.
Absolutely.
So
You did your time
yes.
as best as you can in an environment like that.
Yes.
What year did you exactly go in from serving your
84.
84. And when did you get out, sir?
2024.
Last year.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, at the end of last year, yes. December.
You were fresh out.
Oh, yes. I'm still fresh out. I haven't even got my feet wet yet. you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have a new lease on life, so to speak.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Not only is it a new lease on life, but it's a whole new realm. You know, it's just amazing how when I went in and come out, everything has changed from the people to the surroundings. It's like I'm in a different world somewhere now. You know what I'm saying? And I have to adapt.
From 84 to 2024.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What is one of the main things, few of the main things that stick out to you?
That sticks out to me?
Yeah, coming out 43 years later.
What sticks out to me is my family. You know, when I went in, they were little kids. When I come out, they're big as I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to know them again, and they're trying to get to know me. So that's the greatest part that I'm having right now.
Wow.
You know?
Throughout those years, were you able to keep in contact as much as possible? How did that work out?
Yes, but I didn't want to bother anyone else, at least my family, with my problems then, because no one could have helped me. You know, it would have took the law or someone within the law to help me at that time.
Yes.
You know, like a lawyer or someone like that. They're the only ones that could have helped me at that time, but I couldn't even get any assistance at that time. I wrote every one that I can think of, the Innocent Project, the Loyola School of Law, all of them. I was writing every year. I write one of them about 5 different times, you know? And I was thinking, here it is. They're supposed to be the Innocence Project, and they're supposed to be protecting or looking out for the innocent people in there. Everyone in there says they're innocent. You know what I'm saying? But when you can show them and you tell them, let me show you what I have. If I can show you what I have, and you know I'm not trying to change your mind, I want your honest opinion, is what I was asking. And no one would look. They wouldn't even look. You know? And that's all I can do.
Why? You said they wouldn't even look.
They wouldn't even look at what I was trying to show them.
Why?
They were too busy. They were telling me they had too much of a caseload. But that's 43 years of caseload. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't have squeezed me in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. Come on now.
So it's kind of a painful laugh when you laugh
Yes.
about that, right?
Yes, it is. But I kept hope. And that's the only thing, the good Lord and the prayers that I was doing and what have you, he's the one that helped keep me together within my sane mind, is what I'm thinking I'm still saying. Yes. Some people might tell you differently.
Absolutely.
You know, but everyone has their opinion.
100%. 100%. So, like you said, a lot of people in there are screaming, I'm innocent, but you were
I'm actually innocent.
Actually innocent.
Yes.
You served 43 years for a murder you did not commit.
That's correct. That's correct. Not only did I serve 43 years for a murder that I did not commit, but I served 43 years for a murder that was not even a murder. There was no murder. Thanks to LAPD Rampart Division, though. Yes.
I think this is a good time to rewind the track to 1984.
Yes.
Can we go a little further back from 84 just to see like what kind of life you're living up to 84?
Up to 84, I was a trucker.
Okay.
And I had a body shop over on Crenshaw and 48th, Majestic Automotive. I had tow trucks. I had a diesel pulling cross country and what have you. And I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was doing me. And it was still good. And then one guy asked me to loan him some money. I loaned the guy the money, and I told him I'll see you in 2 weeks to get it back. So when I go by his crib and I knock on his door, no one answers the door. There's an old lady that opens the door right across the hall from him. And she steps out. She says, they're not there right now. But if you care to wait for them, they should be coming in soon. I said, well, okay, what I want to, I don't want to keep coming back all the way out here to get this. It wasn't that much of nothing, but I wanted it.
Yeah.
So I sit on her sofa, and as soon as I sit on her sofa, I heard some keys. And I say, wow, that must be them. I get up, and it was them. So I walk up to him. I say, hey, you got that? He tells me, he says, no, I don't have it right now. Well, he only needed it for 2 weeks. So I grabbed him by his collar. I did grab him by his collar. And I told him, nigga, give me my money, nigga. And he said, I ain't got it. So I just pushed him back, said, okay, you keep that. You keep that. And I went on about my business. A year later, I'm doing some business, and someone tried to rob me. At that time, they shot me 5 times, and I jumped out the window, but I didn't realize that I was on the 2nd floor. When I came to, there's detectives sitting there, and they're asking me about some 187. I'm thinking that the 187 happened where I got shot up at.
Yeah.
So I'm not answering any questions, okay? But they're asking me if I know this lady named Mary Jane. I tell them, yes, I know Mary Jane. She's my ex-wife. They say, well, have you ever had sex with her? Yes, I've had sex with her. What you talking about? Come to find out, the old lady that came out her door to ask me to wait for him in there, she's the one that they found laying face down in her apartment with her face in the sofa with throw up and blood coming out of her mouth, congested throughout, is what the pathologist says. So they found her laying face down with throw up under her face. Comes to find out that when we go to court, the detectives tell me, they says, well, we're going to charge you with murder. What murder? But at that time I was shot in the head as well. So they had me on psychotropic medication. They had me on pain medication because they said that I was trying to commit suicide and all this. I don't know. I don't remember all of that. Okay. But they had me in the psych ward doing trial. And they tell them, they says, where was I? Oh, they says, we're going to charge you with murder. Who? Come to find out, the old lady's name was Mary Jane.
Also named Mary Jane.
Yes, also named Mary Jane. So all of what I was telling them yes to, as far as the question that they were asking me, I'm relating to Mary Jane, yes. They put it to where as though I'm saying that was the Mary Jane that I was speaking of. Okay? But now the thing that sent them to me in the first place was this guy that I pulled by the collar and pushed him away and told him to get on, that owed me the funds.
Yeah.
They were looking for him for a year after they found her dead because they wanted to find out if he knew anything about her death. They found him in Richmond, California, in jail for some burglary or something. Supposedly, he told them that he asked me if I killed this woman. My response was supposed to be, the old white bitch got what she deserves.
According to him.
According to him.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to have told the detectives. Okay? Now, that's why the detectives was coming at me. So I told him I ain't even seen the dude. I ain't said nothing to that dude or whatever. But what they tell the jury, how Rampart it got to be the crooked part in there, and how they switched everything around, is they tell the jury, they says that he's their witness. He's their key witness. But they tell the jury that when he comes into the courtroom, he's going to lie. And he's not going to confirm that he said what the detectives wrote he said.
Yeah.
Okay? So when he comes into the courtroom, they ask him all these questions and what have you. So they get to the point, well, didn't you ask Mr. Butler if he killed this woman? And his response was, the old white bitch got what she deserves? He says, no, I didn't say that. The detectives told me if I confirm what they wrote, that he can get out of jail sooner.
Yeah.
Okay? That's all. Everything of what I tell you is in the transcripts.
And that's from Rampart.
That's from Rampart. Okay, so now remember I told you they told the jury, don't believe what he testifies to, believe what the detectives wrote he said. Okay? Now, when during my trial, comes to find out, nothing to do with my case, these same two detectives had these two essays sign confessions giving details to two double murders downtown L.A. Okay? They had signed confessions giving details to them two double murders. But when the two essays go to trial, they find out that they were in prison at the time of them double murders. How could them detectives had gotten details to put in them two essays confessions?
Yeah.
I have newspaper clippings from all the newspapers that this scandal of Rampart was going on with.
Yes, Rampart was known back then, right, for their scandals, and they had the bank robber dude, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the thing is that here it is now. They're telling my jury they want them to believe what the detectives wrote that their witness was supposed to have said.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing as them doing to the same thing that they did with the essays?
Yeah, 100%.
Putting details in there to fit what they wanted to fit?
Fit the script.
But here's the coldest part. The pathologist of L.A. County gets up on the stand and she testifies under oath that they ask her, they say, what was the cause of death of this lady? The pathologist says the cause of death was ligature strangulation. Okay? Ligature strangulation means a rope of some type. Okay? That's ligature strangulation. So she's saying that there was a rope that killed this woman. That was the cause of her death. Ligature strangulation. So they ask her, they says, well, how did you determine that it was ligature strangulation as opposed to manual strangulation? She says she took the absence of injury to indicate that it was ligature strangulation. The judge says, wait a minute, you mean to tell me there was nothing there? She says, no, there was no marks, no bruises, no scrapes, no scratches, no broken vessels, nothing on a Caucasian woman.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
How can you take the absence of an injury to say that it caused that person's death? How can you do that? There's no way human possibly for a Caucasian woman. But what she did find, what she testified to, is inside the mouth, at the base of the tongue, in the throat, inside the mouth, she found torn tissue that was going straight up and down, up and down this way, not crossways, straight up and down. And it was bleeding in there. Okay? So they said the only unusual thing about the crime scene when they went there was they found, when they turned her body over, they found a pair of broken eyeglasses underneath her body. Okay? Now, and another unusual thing that they found was a Tupperware container of crackers on the floor near the sofa. Okay? There was testimony that she's a heavy alcoholic. Okay? She drinks quite a bit. There was testimony that she falls all the time.
Yeah.
And people pick her up and take her back up to her apartment and let her sleep it off or whatever. Okay, she falls in her apartment. People hear them fell in her apartment. They go in and help her and get her up and what have you.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, yes. Come to find out one day, I'm in prison, and I'm going through all this paperwork. I can read you that stuff backwards. I can memorize it by heart. I done read it so much. But I've never seen the piece of paper that I found maybe 8 years ago was a diagram of the pictures of the broken glasses. It was a diagram. They didn't have a picture. They only drew a diagram of the broken pair of glasses on a piece of paper. And they put on there, this is what it looked like, okay? That's what they had on the paper. Something hit my mind. What happened, the woman was drunk. She fell. The glasses went in her mouth because she fell on them, and it tore the tissue inside of her mouth. She crawls to the sofa. She's drunk. She's swallowing this blood, and she throws up. That's why they found all the throw up and the blood in her system. I mean, in under her face.
And you put this together?
I put it together myself, and I don't even have a first aid degree. I don't even give first aid. I don't have a permit to give first aid or nothing. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a person that stupid can figure that out. If you see, which I have them here, I can show you the two pieces of paper. And if I show them to you and you can't put one and one together, then something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with me. And I can guarantee you there's nothing wrong with me. Okay? I was shot in the head and what have you, and they told me during trial, my lawyer tells the judge, he says, Your Honor, he says, I like to have Mr. Butler sent to USC Medical Center to have him evaluated because I seen some things that makes me wonder whether or not he's competent to assist me in his defense. Okay? The judge responds, okay, I'm going to sign an order forthwith that Mr. Butler be evaluated at USC Medical Center, and they give me a written report back of his condition because we can't have a man going to trial if he's not mentally competent to stand trial. That was the judge's response. So they escorted me out the courtroom. When I did come back to court, the judge asked the lawyer, Mr. Butler been evaluated yet? She says, no, Your Honor. It was a lady. I said he all the time, but it was a she. Both of them, because I had a public defender guy and a trial attorney was a lawyer, and both of them addressed the judge with that same issue. She says, no, Your Honor. He says he hasn't seen one. The judge says, wait a minute. What do they think we run in here? And he gets up from the bench and he goes into his chambers. He comes back like maybe 7-8 minutes later. And he tells he tells the attorney, he says, I called the county jail and I spoke with a nurse there. And the nurse told me that they've done all they can do for Mr. Butler. And they went right on with trial. When they went on with trial, I remember being in the courtroom. The next thing I knew, I come to, and they have me strapped to this bench. To this flat bench. They have all 4 points, my head, my arms, everything. I'm strapped to this bench. And I come to, and what's going on here? What's going on? There's a dude standing beside me, and he's telling me to calm down. I'm not going to calm down. What you doing? What is all this? He says, calm down, Mr. Butler, calm down. He says, I'm Dr. So-and-so and so. He says, they had to bring you here from the courthouse. You had a seizure in the courthouse. He says, you've been in a coma for 5 days. He says, during that 5-day period, I've done a CAT scan. And the CAT scan shows that you have a massive mask on the frontal lobe of your brain. He says, I want to go in to see if I have to laser it out or cut it out. And I think about that for a hot second. I say, I got to think about that. And the doctor went off on me. What do you mean you have to think about that? You don't know how serious this matter is. If the vessel bursts, we're not going to be able to help you on a boo. And I'm looking at him. Why is he ratting and raving like this? You know what I'm saying? Because he was laying it on me and carrying on like he want to go in my head right now. But what caught my attention is when he said he has to go in my head to see what he has to do. Come on now. He might be working with these police.
Yeah.
He go into my head, he go, oops. Who's going to know the difference? They haven't been into my head to this day.
You never let them.
No. I'm still here, though.
Perfectly fine.
Okay? But had I let him go into my head, I never would know what they've done to me. Not only that, they charged me with a rape in this old woman, too. Okay? They had DNA. Okay? They had hairs, what they supposed they collected from the crime scene. They had fingerprints that they supposed they collected from the crime scene. They had semen that they were supposed to have collected from the crime scene. Because they done all these swabs and what have you, tests and what have you. And they said they had semen. But they couldn't determine whether it was me versus anyone else. Okay? But the whole time they telling the jury, I did this rape and this murder. Okay? So after I was convicted, they gave me life without the possibility of parole. Okay? After they give me that, I think about it and I said, wow, let me write the courts and see if I can get them to test that DNA stuff, because now they have the technology is more up to date than it was back then. So I wrote the courts and I asked the court, can I get this stuff tested? The judge wrote me back and told me yes. They gave me a lawyer to handle nothing but the DNA testing.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing but the DNA testing. So when it took her 5 years, it took that lawyer 5 years to get back to me to tell me that the detectives destroyed all of the DNA evidence in 1993 without a court order.
Yeah, I didn't know this. So me and you talked on the phone.
Yes.
And I didn't know that you were charged with that as well.
Yes,
That's kind of like
yes.
You just threw a curveball right here, right now, man.
Okay.
We don't have individuals that have been, you know what I mean?
Yes. But this is what they charged me with. And I'm telling you,
which wasn't true.
No, it wasn't true.
Okay.
Because the jury found me not guilty for the rape.
Okay.
Okay. That's what the jury did, but they found me guilty for the murder.
Gotcha.
But the whole case was argued that the same person that strangled this woman with a rope of some type is the same person that raped her. Okay?
Okay.
That's why.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted that DNA.
I'm like, damn, bro, you bringing a fucking rapist in here, bro? What the fuck? I'm looking at this guy over here. Look at this guy right here. What are you bringing me, bro? He's like, Lux, I got you a great guest, bro. You know what I mean? He left everything out. He told me everything besides the rape.
Hey, you know what's hilarious is right before he talked about the rape stuff, this fool was like, "You want me to go get the paperwork right now?"
Yeah. Okay. Now.
Yes. Go ahead,
Now,
OG.
so okay.
I'm glad you didn't get. And you know what? It happens all the time where. But this case is different. Rampart is putting the whole motherfucking case on you. They putting a murder, they putting a rape on you, and you didn't do.
And a robbery.
And a robbery?
And a robbery.
What else we got here, bro? God damn it, what's next?
Rape, robbery, burglary.
As soon as you said rape, bro, I just started sweating, bro. I swear to God, I can get a squeeze you right now and take a sweat. God damn it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
This is some bullshit right here.
Here's the cold part.
And I see that fool over there sitting on my sofa like, ah.
Here's the cold part now. Here's the cold part.
Go ahead, OG.
They gave me a co-defendant.
Now you got a co-defendant.
Yes, they gave me a co-defendant. Okay?
Yeah.
He went to trial before I did.
Yeah.
They gave him 25 to life.
Wow.
Okay?
Did you know the dude?
Yes, I knew of him. I didn't know him that well, but I knew of him.
Yeah.
Now, he killed himself in prison in 1993.
Why did he kill himself?
He couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle the sentence they gave him.
Yes.
He was a regular dude.
Yes, he did. He wasn't no
He wasn't about that
hardcore
life.
guy. No
I mean,
shit.
I
wasn't no hardcore guy, but
Well, you
I
got
mean,
shot 5 times.
yeah. Well,
You were obviously. I mean, you weren't fucking selling vacuum cleaners door to door back then. You were up to something, but that's your business.
okay. Now he killed himself in prison at Vacaville in 1993. The detectives destroyed all the DNA evidence in 1993.
Damn.
So what I did is when the Rampart scandal jumped off, I wrote the task force that they assigned to handle Rampart investigation.
Okay.
I wrote them and asked them, hey, look into my case because I was saying the detectives is crooked. They ain't no good.
Yeah.
They wrote me back and told me, we can't help you. I said, why not? They says, because it happened before 1993.
Fuck does that work?
I said, wait a minute. What difference that make? Because it happened before 1993.
Yeah.
They destroyed the DNA evidence in 93. Dude killed himself in prison in 93. And now you won't investigate because it happened before 93. I say, so what difference does it make? He says, because we're not getting paid for it.
Oh.
And that really got me. And I said, okay, now I see. Okay, I see.
I got a couple questions
Yes.
that I want to just kind of clarify a little of the story. So when you were on trial, you weren't fully conscious of it.
Oh no, I was out of
Because
it.
you were shot in the
In
head.
here, yes.
And so the lady wanted to send you to, you said USC or UCLA?
No, USC.
USC
Yeah.
to get you evaluated
Right.
because the condition that you were in.
She said
but,
she saw some things that makes her wonder whether or not I'm competent to assist her in my defense.
But the judge took liberty on jumping off his stand, going and making a phone call to some fucking random nurse in fucking LA County
Yes.
jail.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Yes, after he signed an order for me to go get evaluated. I have the order that he signed. I have it.
That's crazy.
I have it. But he comes back, when she said that he hasn't seen one yet, he gets up, he says, he's ranting and raving, what do they think we're running here? And he gets up and leaves his bench, and he goes in his chambers. He come back like 7-8 minutes later, he says, I called the county jail, and I spoke with a nurse there, and she said that they've done all they can do for Mr. Butler. But they had me in the mental ward this whole time during trial on psychotropic medication,
Wow.
as well as pain medication.
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't know what time it was.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sorry you went through that.
But they went through trial knowing that it was something wrong. And then when I had the seizure and the doctor's telling me, and I have the paperwork from him too.
Yeah.
They're saying that I had a massive mask on the frontal lobe of my brain. I have the paperwork stating that.
I believe the frontal lobe of the brain is
Okay.
it's a very important part
Yes.
of the brain that
Yes.
helps you
Think
Anyways,
and do
yeah.
everything else.
Yes.
Okay. But now he's telling me he want to go into my head. He want to cut. He say I have to go in and see if I have to laser it out or cut it out.
Yeah.
You ain't going in my head telling me you got to go in there to see what you have to do.
You got you.
I
enough
wasn't
in my
that
head
far
with-
gone. I wasn't that far gone.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And so I think I had another question. I forgot what it was, but let's go ahead and continue. And if I remember it, I'll ask it.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Yeah.
Now, where did I leave off?
I know, I'm sorry, I threw you
He
off.
killed himself.
Yeah. And so how did he kill? That's the question. Thank you so much, Mr. Butler. How did he kill himself in there?
I have no idea.
How far was he into his sentence?
He killed himself in 93. And
this
he
was
got
80
sentenced before I did.
Okay.
So from 84 to 93,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
that's when he killed himself in 93.
Yeah.
So the detectives, they figured, well, If we destroy this DNA evidence, we ain't never got to worry about them proving their innocence, because that's the only thing
They don't have to worry
that
about
would have that wouldn't have been no question.
dodging the repercussions of a false narrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Cleaning up their shit.
Yes. Yes.
Pulled the
yes.
mob out and everything.
And the essays that these same two detectives had signed them confessions, they deport them to Tijuana right quick so they couldn't file suit against them. I have the newspaper clipping stating what I'm telling you.
Yes.
I got one out there right now I can show you.
I believe you.
I can show you what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking. I'm not just running my mouth. I was innocent. And I am innocent.
How did you mentally cope with being an innocent man and serving all that time?
Just hoping every day that I can try and get someone to look at what I say. That's all.
And it took 43 years.
Yes. And then, I didn't tell you this. So after, how did I get out? How did I get out?
Yes. Yes.
Here's how I get out. After I found out that they destroyed all the DNA evidence, and the courts knew about it then also, because the courts hired the attorney to get all that stuff tested. So the courts had to know about it as well.
Yes, sir.
That they destroyed it all in '93 without a court order. Okay? 3 months after they gave me the paperwork showing me that they destroyed all this DNA evidence and what have you, I'm on the yard one day and they called me to the office. And they said, Mr. Butler, someone wants to see you up in the woo-woo-woo. Okay, so I go up there and what have you. And there's this white guy sitting at the desk and shit when I roll in this little room. And he says, I says, yes, you want to see me? He said, yeah, you Mr. Butler? I said, yeah. He says, well, I'm so-and-so, I'm a lawyer, so-and-so and so. I'm attorney, so-and-so and so. So he introduced himself. I said, so what can I do for you? He says, it's what I can do for you. He says, I'm here to let you know that we want to cut you loose. And I look at him. What you say? He said, we want to cut you loose under 2 conditions. And I really look at him then. Like, here it is, all these years I've been trying to write everybody to try and get out of here and shit. And now here's this dude sitting here telling me he gonna cut me loose under 2 conditions. I'm thinking, what the hell is them 2 conditions? What the hell could they be?
Yeah.
He tells me, he says, the 2 conditions are, the first one, you have to go into a reentry program for 6 months.
Okay.
And I say, yeah, okay, what else? He says, you'll be on parole for 2 years. I said, is that all? Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
Yes.
Okay, where do I sign?
Yeah.
So we go to court on the screen. I went on the screen and, the video camera. I don't know too much about all this technology. This shit is way out, man.
It is, brother.
But after I go to court and I get out of court, I ask the lawyer again. I said, oh, no, first I asked him before we went. I say, look, why did y'all cut me loose, man? Why y'all cut me loose for real?
Yeah.
He says, Mr. Butler, the DA and I decided that 43 years is enough time for you being in prison. And I'm thinking, what the hell are he talking about now? He don't care nothing about me. Why in the hell should he be worried about how many years I do if they in prison if they gave me a life without?
Yeah.
Why would he be worried about how many years I'm doing? Okay, so I got to wondering about that. So I just went along with it. So after trial, I asked him again. I said, would you please? I said, now that it's over, why y'all cut me loose for real? He tells me, he looks me in the eye, and he says, Mr. Butler, if I was you, I would not be looking a gift horse in the mouth. And I looked at him. Like, what did he just say?
Yeah, explain that to me. I don't know what that means.
That means don't worry about what's behind you. Don't worry about what they did to you. Don't even look behind you. Be grateful that you can look in front of you, which is all good. But I still have to look at what the hell they done to me. I still got to look back there. But he's telling me don't look there. Keep my eyes in front of me.
He's giving you somewhat of a fair warning that trickled down from
There
the top.
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
He was instructed to give you that bit of advice.
I do believe he was. I do believe he was.
You should 100% qualify for a lot of money due to false imprisonment for your entire
The
life.
money, they can't give me enough money for what they done to me. They can't give me enough. They can't.
No.
And, oh, wow. Excuse me.
You're good, brother.
Ooh. I try to, ooh. Excuse me. All right.
You're good. Take a deep breath. Take a breath, man. Take a drink.
Yes. Ooh. Oh. People don't know what you go through in prison. They don't know all the shit you got to put up with, all the shit you got to deal with 24/7. You got to watch yourself 24/7. If you slip, you might not be able to slip the next time, because it might not be a next time. And the riots and all that shit, man.
Yeah.
I've been in it all, because I was on mainline. Just because I was in a wheelchair or something, I got to do it like I got to do it. I'm not going to be hiding out, none of that.
And that was a stipulation that we previously talked to when Big Dog right here told me about you. I said, well, did he pro from mainline? And he said, yeah, GP 100%.
Yes, I opened up Calapat. I opened up New Folsom, High Desert, Salinas Valley, Calapat. All of them. I've been opening up prisons, and when you're opening them up, them the worst times too. You know what I'm saying?
People are trying to establish their
Yes.
dominance.
Yes.
They're trying to establish their places, their
Yes.
rules, regulations
Yes.
due to prison politics in California.
There you are. Yes, you know. You heard about it.
I've been in prison.
Okay, so you know all about it then.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So you know where I'm coming from. You know what it's like, man. It ain't nothing nice. And if you were innocent and you didn't do nothing and you haven't done anything and you're in there, man, and you're in there for as long as I've been in there,
Innocent.
yes, and no one would look. That's what really got me. I'm saying, look, I wrote every one I can write, okay? I wrote every one I can write, man, and no one would help. But I kept hope alive, and I kept saying, one day someone's going to look at this. That's what I kept saying, and that's what kept me going. and the inmates kept me going, too. The rest of them kept me going, too, because they, you know, we all interact, whether it be Chicano, whites, blacks, purple, green, Chinese, whatever. We all have certain people that we deal with of all the races.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? And that was me. I didn't care whether you was Chicano, whatever. If you did me wrong, then I got to do what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I did you wrong, you gonna do me what I gotta get. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes.
You got to survive that jungle.
Yes, that's it. You got to abide by the jungle rules. Okay? So, but I can always say that I never harmed anyone, and no one has tried to harm me.
Yes.
So,
And so your current state is in a wheelchair. Did you serve the whole time in a wheelchair?
yes,
And that was due to you getting shot the 5 times?
right,
That paralyzed you.
right.
And so wow, that is just another very interesting part of your story, that simultaneously you get shot, you're paralyzed, you're dealing with that mentally, and then on top of that you have these charges
Oof.
put upon you that are false.
Yes. I was going through it. I was going through it, believe me. That's why they said I guess they were saying that I was trying to commit suicide myself.
Were you?
You know, not that I remember,
Yeah.
but that's what they said. But I remember taking all this heavy medication that they were giving me. I remember that because I didn't stop taking it until like maybe 5 or 6 years after I was in prison. Because I was sitting there shaking sometimes. And I said, oh, no, I got to stop this. And I just stopped. And things started to come back to me then, you know what I'm saying? And I started to come to reality.
Of your current situation,
Yes.
from top to bottom, because you were in a fog for
Yes,
for
for quite a while.
quite a while, huh?
Yes, they had me on that psychotropic medication, man. When they have you on that shit, you don't know what time it is, man. You don't pay attention to what life is about. You don't feel nothing, man. You don't care about nothing. All you want to do is get another fix of the medication to keep you calm and keep you out the way. You know, because that's what you try to do. You try to stay out the way when you're on that medication and shit. Just be in your own little old zone. So, but I've been in there. I've been on mainline since I've been in. So it ain't nothing. Everybody who's ever been in a prison with me can tell you about Butler. They'll tell you, Mr. Butler, oh yeah, well he fixed this for me and he fixed it, because that's what I was doing. That's how I was surviving. I've repaired TVs, radios, telephones. Headphones, earbuds, whatever. Yes. Watches, whatever it took. Anything electric. Yeah.
You repaired
I
that.
repaired them for everybody. So everyone had to pay me for what I was charging,
That was
which
your-
wasn't nothing. You know, it was just enough to keep me going as well.
Your coffee, soups,
Yeah,
all that.
there you go. Yes,
Yes.
The wah-wahs and zoom zoom. Yes.
Do you I mean, this is like 1984, man. Seemed like a plague hit you. Do you ever think about, in hindsight, was it karma or why things happened to one man?
You know, for a while there, I was thinking that for what I was doing for a while is why this came upon me.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Because you were a little up to no good before you got.
Well, yes. When I had this businesses going and I had these tractors rolling, I started something else, and it was doing so well until I just shut everything down and just kept doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
Fast money, easy money, good money.
Yes. But it was not worth it. Because had I not gave the guy what I gave him and told him I'd see you in 2 weeks because he was out of work and shit, I'm trying to help the dude out.
You'd never been in that
I'd
position.
never been in that position in the first place.
Yeah. So it started right there.
Yes. Yes. And I'm thinking he did tell them something because, and they did ask him. They says, well, didn't he pull a knife on you? He said, no, I pulled a knife on him. Okay? So why would he tell me anything after that? That's what he said. Okay? That's the one that said that, that was supposed to have said that I'm supposed to have told him the old white bitch got what she deserved.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, if I'm supposed to have said the old white bitch got what she deserves, why in the hell did they give me an all-white jury? Huh? An all-white jury is what they gave me. Not one black on the jury. Not one. What do you think them white folks thinking about this black guy? If I said that, I was already convicted.
Yes.
I was already convicted. That's how the pathologists can get away with saying that the cause of death was ligature strangulation, but there's no evidence of that.
Yeah, on the white woman's neck.
Yes, around a white woman's neck. Come on, not even a bruise, a scratch, a scrape, nothing. She says, I even cut the skin to look underneath the skin because sometimes the bruising doesn't show through. And she didn't find anything there either.
They fucking ate that shit up like a bowl of Cheerios.
Yes,
huh?
they did, because they had a white DA and a white jury, and my attorney was white. She wasn't for shit.
Was that criminal courts building,
Yes,
CCB?
CCB, downtown Los Angeles, ain't shit. And the judge even said, "You mean to tell me there was nothing there?" Now he could have stopped that shit because he knew better. How in the hell you gonna put a rope around a white woman's neck and kill her with this rope and don't leave a mark or a bruise or a scrape or a broken vessel? Nothing. Come on now. They knew what they were doing. They were all in it together because they all wanted some gratification for their toe. You know, their little chalk on their pole, another notch.
Systemic racism, huh?
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's exactly what it was.
Corruption at the highest level.
And how is it that you're gonna know that these detectives is under investigation for doing that to them essays at the same time that my trial is going on?
Yeah,
and you don't tell the jury about it. The judge told us she couldn't tell the jury about that because they were still under investigation. If they were still under investigation doing my trial, for doing that for them essays, how come my attorney didn't stop all proceedings until that was finished? Because that was the key to their case. When they said that, they said the old white bitch got what she deserves. They said that showed motive, opportunity, and intent. And they can use that as direct evidence against me.
So during this time, too, of trial, you are basically out of it.
I'm out of it.
The entire time.
Yes. She brought it to the judge's attention when she says, I want him to go because I see some things that makes me wonder whether or not he's competent to assist me in his defense. And the judge says, all right, I'm going to sign that order forthwith because I can't see a man going to trial. Oh, no, we can't have a man going to trial.
That doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Yes.
Did you have any relationship with the detectives, any prior, crossings with them?
I don't remember their names for anything, no.
Okay. And so it was just them taking another black man off the street.
Yes. And getting another notch on their belt. Okay. Because you don't have to do nothing to Rampart Division at that time. You didn't have to do anything to them. If they see you and they don't like you for whatever reason, they gonna get you for something. They was planting pistols on people, shooting people and shit. Giving them drugs and shit. Slinging drugs. They were doing all that shit, man. Yes, they were.
Which is heavily documented. If anyone wants to look that up, man, Rampart Division during those years were doing some ridiculous stuff, man.
Yes. And the bottom line is I think they should do something to gratify me in a way that I can feel that I'm at ease or something has been done. I mean, how many more people is in there the same way that I was?
Probably a lot. Hundreds.
They have no one in there that you can go to talk to try and explain to that can check up on anything either.
All those cases should be reopened.
Yes. Someone should have something going where as though if there is someone claiming they're innocent, at least see what they have to say.
Not wait 43 years.
To find out that if the detectives didn't, that's why they got me out of there, is because they figured out, why would the detectives destroy all the fucking DNA evidence, man? Why would they destroy it after dude killed himself in 93? and they destroyed the DNA evidence in 93. Whew. That's why they cut me loose, but they didn't want to let me know that. So they tell me they're going to give me a parole for 2 years and a reentry program for 6 months. See, that way it won't feel like they just cut me loose.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why they did that. And then when they send me to the reentry program, that was a trip. They send me to this reentry program for 6 months. They brought me straight from the prison to the reentry program. I'm in the reentry program for 3 weeks. I sign a pass to go to get to go to the coroner's office because I'm in my case. I want to go talk to the coroner's office about this pathologist report because I have all her testimony, and I know it's a bunch of shit. So I want to go to that office. I want to go to their main office downtown on Mission Road, is where LAPD coroner's office is, the main office. So I write a pass to go to that office. They gave me a pass. My ex-wife and my granddaughter comes to pick me up. They're taking me to the coroner's office downtown, and I get sick. So I said, well, hey, honey, I said, would you take me to Martin Luther King Hospital? Because I'm feeling bad. She said, yeah. So she turned around and took me to Martin Luther King Hospital. We're there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we stay there until like about 2 o'clock that day. They gave me 3 different shots. Okay? So when we get back to the place, I say, look, I had to go to the hospital. Here's the paperwork. The time is on it when I got there, and the time is on it when I left. And what they gave me, what they did to me while I was there. And they gave me some more medication here and what have you. So they said, well, that's all right, but you should have called us and let us know that you was going there to deviate from where you were supposed to be going.
Yeah.
I said, well, I didn't think about that. I wanted to get to the doctor. So she says, well, we're going to have to test you. I said, test me? What kind of test? We're going to have to give you a urine test. Okay, no problem. Come on with it.
Yeah.
So they gave me a urine test. 5 minutes after they took the urine test, they come back and tell me I'm dirty. I say, what? She said, yes, you're dirty. I say, dirty with what? She say, alcohol. I say, what? I say, I haven't had alcohol. And I said, no, that's untrue. I says, what you do, ma'am, is you give me another test, and I want to see you test it in front of me. I don't want the piss to go out of my sight. Okay? Because I know I have not had a drink whatsoever. Believe me. And they come in there and they test it again, and it still come back dirty. And he did it right in front of me. He put the little thing in the urine, and he pulls it up, and he says, you see, there's nothing there. And that says that you have alcohol in your system. I say, that's totally impossible. So they had a meeting. They put me in this room with like 5 of these counselors is in there. And they're telling me, Mr. Butler, don't worry about it. We're not going to do anything to you. Nothing's bad going to happen or nothing. This is just going to be a warning. So don't worry about it. We're not going to do anything to you this time. I said, well, okay then. It says, but we need you to sign this. I say, sign what? That you had alcohol in you? I'm not signing that. I can't sign that. She says, well, we're going to have to put you out. Well, you do what you have to do. And they put my shit right out on the sidewalk right then. Right then and there. They put it out on the sidewalk. And I'm out there in my chair, and my shit is out on the sidewalk. And I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to do now? Okay? I called my niece that stays luckily about 5 blocks from where they sent me. She shows up, and she put all my stuff in her car. And I told her, look, take me to the parole office on 24th and Alameda, which was right where, because they had me on 41st.
Yeah. So
I told her, take me right there on 24th and Alameda so I can let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
When I get there, the PO tells me, she says, look, Mr. Butler, we don't have a place for you because you're in a wheelchair. and they don't have that many places for ADA inmates. I mean, people in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
I said, well, okay. But she says, do you have any place or somebody that you can stay with until we find you a place? I said, well, yeah, probably my daughter. They said, well, okay, well, would you call her? Yeah, I called her. And her and the PO talking. And they just talking and they kicking it. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, what the hell they got? They partners or something or what? And so she says, well, yes. She says, okay, you're going to be staying with your daughter until we find you a place. I said, well, that's good, but because now I get to meet my daughter and we can get a better understanding and know one another and shit. That's right up my alley. I said, okay, I can go for that. I'm there for 3 weeks, man.
Your daughter's house.
Yeah, at my daughter's place.
Okay.
I'm there for 3 weeks, and they tell us, they say, look, we can't find a reentry program for you. So we talked to the courts, and they canceled the 6-month reentry program. Man, I say, what? I don't have to go to a reentry program now? They say, yes, you can stay with your daughter. I said, oh, thank you. I wanted to kiss her. I wanted to hug her and kiss her.
Yeah.
Okay. So I stayed there. Now, since then, about a week after that, they call us and tell us instead of the PO coming out to see you twice a month, he's only going to come out to see you once a month. I say, damn, that's all right then. But I was wondering, why are they being so lenient now? You know, they like, I'm thinking, damn, the good Lord must works in mysterious ways for real. Because this is just all too good for me.
You ain't used to this type of treatment.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is all coming too good, man. This
gotta be a catch to it.
Man, it got to be.
I was
It
about
has
to bust
be.
this case wide open until God stepped in.
How is it, man? I mean, I'm saying, damn, it couldn't be any better than this. Okay? And I'm still with my daughter now.
That's good for you, Mr. Butler.
You know what I'm saying? And she don't want me to go anywhere. But I have to go somewhere because I have to be my own. You know what I'm saying? I have to be my own, man.
You know what I want to do? I want to take a quick break. I got to pay some bills, and then I want to come back to your story. I got some questions for you.
Okay, all right.
Let's take a...
It's all questions when you get back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Because I think I've been on a road.
Yes. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, I appreciate everybody tapping in, man. I love you guys. Hit that like. East Low, Spoil Heights. I love you, my dog. You always tapping in. My boy Rivas right there. Everybody that's tapped in right here, man. Please share.
Good, man.
Share this podcast.
I'm raring to go.
Share this story. Me personally, after this podcast, I'm gonna forward this podcast to my lawyer, bro. You know what I mean,
even Frankie Carrillo.
Yeah, I'm gonna forward this podcast, your story, to some people that I've been luckily able to connect with while doing this podcast for 6 years. Kind of know some people, man. So hopefully we can create awareness, and we can get you your. We can get you some type of justice or some type of something that makes you sleep better at night, like you said previously. You know what I mean? Oh, man, this is a tough one right here, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Let's do it like this. Hey, Hood Stocks is brought to you by Shockaware, man. More than streetwear, it's culture, lifestyle of individuality, self-expression through clothes. I want you guys to go to shockaware.com, use HoodStocks15, get yourself 15% off. We're also sponsored by Killakush. Looking for some good quality cannabis? Quality cannabis. Hit up the folks at Killakush. They specialize in bringing the best quality available from OG to exotic.
They got it all, baby.
And I want you to follow them on Instagram at Killakush Los Angeles. And you can pull up at Drip Fits Apparel and Whittier for the latest Killakush merch and everything else they got. They got a lot of good stuff. We got excuse me, guys. They got Hoodstocks apparel right there. And the address is 13800 Leffingwell Road, Whittier.
No.
We're also sponsored by, hold on real quick. Let's see. We're also sponsored by LA Peptides, man. If you guys need some TRT, if you need some Ozempic, this is the plug right here. This is my dog Vince right here, Ozempic Vince. And his personal number, 714-269-1900. Text him right now. We're also sponsored by calling all bakers and chefs. Upgrade your kitchen with Origin Bakery and restaurant equipment. Top quality ovens, mixers, and more at unbeatable prices. Perfect for your next culinary creation. Visit Origin today in South Omani or check them out online, Origin Bakery Equipment. And their phone number is 626-579 626-579-3580. We're also sponsored by D. Leo the Jeweler. You guys need custom jewelry. You need wholesale jewelry. Call my boy, 323-899-0001. We're also sponsored by the Piping Company. You need a good plumber, a solid plumber. This dude just did work. Matter of fact, he just texted me too right now. Shout out to my boy Vic, man. He serves IELAOC. Any plumbing needs, he'll take care of you. His phone number, 714-468-2828. We're all sponsored by Rottweiler Mafia, the best Rottweiler breeder in the United States. Don't play with it. You guys need a puppy. You want to place an order for a puppy? Call him right now, 424-666-9929. And we're also sponsored by our criminal attorney that we have on retainer right here. His name is Doug Sherrod, and you can reach him at KingKongLawyer.com. We are now back with Mr. Butler, man. Wow. Oh shoot! Shout out to our hey Lucky, can I Venmo you some money for Mr. Butler? I would like to help the OG with a little something. Shout out to Piping Company, man. He's watching right now. Vic, love you, my dog. Thank you so much, and that is a yes. Yes, please, man.
We don't have a Venmo. Do you have a Venmo?
I have a Venmo. They can send it to me, and then I can forward it to you.
That's fine.
And then you can get it to Mr. Butler. That's fine. You trust this guy right here?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then with any money that's sent, will be
$Hoodstocks, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I might be able to hire a lawyer, huh?
I might be able to get you a lawyer, bro.
Okay.
Maybe like a pro bono thing or something like that.
Yes,
You need a lawyer. You
yes,
need to get
I
that
do
money.
need a lawyer. Yes.
You need to get yourself a house. You need to buy your daughter a
Yes.
house.
Yes.
You need to get yourself some new fucking wheels.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those wheels and some other wheels, right?
Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes.
How are you financially right now?
I'm not doing well right now. I'm not working or anything like that.
Okay, let's do this then, man. Check it out, man. Let's do this on Cash App. Go to Hoodstocks, Cash App, Hoodstocks, and in any donation you guys can make on the Cash App, my Hoodstocks, I will forward it to Big Dog. What's your name again, Brogan? Jonathan, and I appreciate Jonathan. Jonathan made this happen right here. Shout out to Jonathan, man. Yeah, and any more money that's donated, brother, I will forward it to Jonathan, and he will put the cash in your pocket. And that's Cash App, Hoodstocks, $ Hoodstocks, and I will make sure Mr. Butler gets every single cent. Yes, I will not be going to Vegas this weekend with Mr. Butler's money. You know what I mean?
We're going together.
Yeah, man. And that'd be, bro, that would be shit. Next thing you know, and I'll be getting slapped with a case. I'll be like, damn, where'd it go wrong? Oh, shit, I went to Vegas with Mr. Butler's money. You know what I mean? Shit. Fuck, bro. OG, man. Triple OG right here. Sometimes people see, I mean, during the 43 years, are you religious, man?
I was not at the time, but I became.
How long did it take you to become?
About 10 years.
It took you 10 years because
Yes.
there comes would it be safe to say that it comes a point in time where you are just so deep in,
No, I was so deep in pity
for yourself,
for myself.
because you knew you were innocent.
Yes, and no one would hear me, and no one act like they cared, and it felt like that was useless. Okay, it was useless. Why should I be in prison for something that I didn't do, and no one will listen? But I'm still there this whole time, and I keep thinking, well, it has to be something. There has to be something, someone that's got to look at this, man. I mean, someone. How is it that a man can be as long as I've been and trying to write everyone that I can write for the people that's supposed to be helping, and they won't even look at it? They won't even talk to me. Nothing. How can you keep doing that? And I'm thinking, well, wow, life ain't worth living then, because I can't live in life like this. Okay? I can't live like this, but I made it because I was going day by day, and I had turned to the Lord. I had turned to the Lord, and I started praying, and I asked the good Lord to just help me get out. I'll be all right if I get out, okay? Or get someone to look at this, because this is unjust. This is unjust, done by the people that's supposed to be doing the justice. How can that be, man? How can that be? There's no one, man, to look out for the people that when the police is doing crooked shit, man, that shit is not right. It is not right. They putting shit on people. I didn't believe no shit like this until it happened to me. Okay, I wouldn't believe this.
Tissue, dog, please.
I wouldn't believe this, man. Excuse me. Wow. When you start asking me questions like that, man, it gets to me. You know, it's like it's my soul. You know, it's my soul, man. And I couldn't let them take that. I couldn't.
That's all you had left.
That's all. That's the bottom line right there.
They wanted your soul. They wanted your sanity.
They wanted everything, man. They wanted my life. It's why I think they kept me on mainline too. Okay? Because anybody that's on mainline, if you have an R charge against you, something's going to happen to you. Okay? Okay? But I'm stronger than that. And people know me. They know me.
Yeah, but you were never convicted of that.
No.
But just because of it being on your,
just
being on the
because
paperwork.
Being charged with it.
Yeah, you automatically, you up for the.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And that's what they thought too.
They were trying to end you.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's what they were trying to do. Exactly. The dude that they charged with me in this shit, he couldn't take it. So he took himself out too. Okay? They only gave him 25 to life. They gave me life without. I was an LWOP. Okay? What they called us.
Yeah.
Okay? But wow. Excuse me, man. I don't mean to.
You're good, bro.
I'm not weak or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that there's some things that just touch me. Okay? And it touched me when I go to thinking about how is it possible that the police can just put something on someone and come to find out that it was no murder. I can show you the paperwork that can show that there was no murder here, man. And you should know that it's something wrong when the pathologist says that ligature strangulation is the cause of death, man. If I took a rope and put it around your neck and killed you, it's going to leave a mark on your neck, partner.
100%.
And you're not white.
Yeah.
Okay? So just think if it was a white woman. Okay? And she was 61 years of age.
It's going for sure leave
when she passed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to leave a mark, man.
Older people bruise easier, right?
Yes. Okay, but you're supposed to be asking me questions. I said I wasn't going to be doing any more talking.
we got $71 for you so far coming in the Cash App. Yeah, thank you everybody. Keep it coming, man. Keep it coming for the OG, the triple OG, Mr. Butler right here. Is there any? This may not be a. Well, sometimes people see a silver lining in something. Is there any silver lining in this?
The silver lining is that I would like to help someone that's in prison, man.
Yeah.
I would like to try and start something to where as though someone would at least talk to the people, because everyone in there is innocent. They'll tell you they're innocent this. They didn't do the robbery, but they were in the car.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about no bullshit. I'm talking about the real, homie. If somebody is in there for a crime that they did not commit and they can show me or prove to me any kind of way that they was not involved and they didn't do what they're in there for, I'm for them. I'd go for them, man. Because I know what it's like, man. Everyone can't make it like I did. I'm telling you. Everyone can't make it like I did.
No.
See? And I would hate to have someone in there for a crime that they did not commit and get killed in there. Okay? Then they really gonna cover that one up. That's why they covered up this shit about the dude that they said did this crime with me. That's why they went and destroyed the DNA, because without that DNA evidence, it would not, there's no kind of way. The only thing it is word of mouth then. But that DNA shit, that shit is so good they can tell you whether it's your spit or my spit, and it could be mixed together. Okay? They that good with that shit now, man. That's why I wanted to test it, because they had hair, supposedly. They had semen. Okay? They had all this shit, man. And they destroyed it. They had fingerprints. They had beer cans. They got the DNA off the top of the beer can and shit, man. Because whoever was drinking that beer, their DNA is on the top of that can.
It sure wasn't yours.
No, it was not. That's why I wanted to test it.
You were a young man back then, too.
Yes, well, I'm still a young man.
Yeah. How old were you in '84?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not too good at calculating, but
Yeah.
I was about 30-something.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
you got to be one sick motherfucker to be doing those type of allegations to a 61-year-old woman.
Back then it wasn't
Right.
61. Back then it was 30-something.
No, but the lady, though.
Yeah.
Which lady?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That 60-year-old.
Oh, the 61-year-old? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The victim.
Yes, the victim.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But she was an alcoholic, and they found there was her blood alcohol level was 1.3 alcohol contents when they tested her blood.
Yeah.
So she was intoxicated.
Yeah. Like you said, that she was known
Yes.
to be.
She was known to fall down. There was testimony to that.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to that.
And this environment, this apartment complex, what would you say it was a lower poverty apartment situation?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't low poverty. It low.
I'm
Yeah. It was like it's middle class.
Yeah, but back
Middle
then,
class.
but back then in '84, it was a different time.
Yes, but it was middle class, and there was
Yeah.
Caucasians all in that neighborhood, pretty much.
Okay, okay.
You know?
so it wasn't. I'm just trying to figure out like if it was a rough area.
It was because it's like around. It was like near 3rd Street and Kenmore, 3rd Street, Ardmore, 3rd Street and Ardmore,
Okay.
near MacArthur's Park.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a rough
Yeah.
area, bro. That's a rough area, bro. Yeah.
You know McCarthy.
Yeah. I mean, it's cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
It's cold to think that as a middle class neighborhood, but maybe it's somewhat. Yeah.
Way to put it like that.
Yeah. No. I mean, what are you? How do you, when you see law enforcement to this day, or any type of authoritarian figure that's in a position, that's in a position that could potentially, I will say in law enforcement, how do you feel when you see law enforcement these days?
I don't have anything against them because they're doing a hell of a good job. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them. But there's those that's in there that's just fucking it up for the rest of them too. Because now it's getting to a point that when you see an officer and you've been done wrong and shit, you don't know what he's like. You don't know if he's going to try and put some shit on you or not.
Who do you trust?
I trust me. Okay? I trust me. And I still trust them. I still trust them too. Because we have to trust someone, man. Because there's so much shit going on out here now with all these drugs and shit and carrying on, man. Everyone is doing what, man, I've never seen. This shit just blows my mind. Something needs to be done to try and help get them some help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too much, man. I see this shit and it hurts me. Okay? It hurts me. When I'm riding down the street, man, and I see all these tents and shit up, man, people laying out on the damn sidewalk and shit, people standing at the light trying to, begging for quarters and shit and wanting something to eat and shit. That's, man, come on now.
Yeah.
We can do better than that, man. Let me quit talking. You're supposed to be asking me questions now. Yeah. I'm not. You got me still talking.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Let me see this real quick.
Turn our mic on.
Oh, sorry, my bad, bro. We're at
Check.
we're at $91. Thank you, everybody. $91.
Remember, $hood stocks if you want to donate to the OG right here.
Would you mind doing some phone calls, live phone calls?
No, I wouldn't mind.
People call in and talk to you?
Yes, they can talk to me if they would want to. Who would want to talk to me, though?
We're going to find out.
I mean, your story is very moving. Your story is very moving, Charles.
Well, you wouldn't, I think,
Oh, and by the way, I was in Nam, too.
well, you were a non.
Yes, I was in Nam. I did a tour duty. I did a tour.
Thank you for your
wow.
service, Mr. Butler.
Thank you.
What did you do in Nam?
I was a bush beater,
What is a bush beater?
a foot soldier.
Foot soldier, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys in the bushes all the time?
Yeah, a bush beater. We hit the
Casey, can you put the number up, dog?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get.
put it on right
Oh, no,
now.
here, I got it right now, bro. I got it, dog.
See, I didn't even know who were you born.
I was born right here in L.A. at General Hospital.
Wow.
Yes. I was raised in Watts.
Okay, so you
Okay, the west side.
be on this side?
West side. East side. Yeah. But,
Charles, what were you actually doing that day they told you committed that crime?
beg your pardon?
What were you actually doing that day? The day they supposedly said you committed
I was in
that
the
crime?
hospital from getting shot up.
No. But when they said, did they say that also happened that same exact
Yeah,
moment?
yes. When I was in the hospital after getting shot up,
Yeah.
is when the detectives is sitting in my bed asking me questions.
But they said that crime occurred that same day.
No,
Okay, when the
it
crime
happened a year before
Oh, okay.
that they
They were trying to pull it.
and they were talking to me.
and
Yes,
okay.
because they were
remember
looking
you
for
saying
the
that.
guy
It was a
that
whole
stayed
year.
across the hall from her for a year to ask him if he knew anything about her death.
You're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, bro? It's G. I'm from Anaheim, dog.
Hey, what's up, brother? You got Mr. Butler here.
Yes, sir. Hey, first of all, hey,
Can you hear?
Butler.
Put your, hold on real quick. Let him put his earpieces on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's why he couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Go ahead, brother.
Mr. Butler, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm a homie just like the guy next to you. Nothing but I appreciate you coming on this show. You know, nothing but strength to you. Keep doing what you're doing and keep on. You know how they say, be strong. Be strong. You know, you got it. You've done all this time, so keep strong.
Thanks, hon. Thanks, hon.
Hey, look.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to tell you one thing, bro. The way you conducting yourself on this interview, bro, top notch. I'm not even bullshitting you, bro.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
You're showing these other people, like everybody else, the whole community, everywhere, how we keep our composure. Everything's straight, bro. You solid as. Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing, bro. Out of all the fucking interviewers, right?
Yeah.
All the people online and everything, I fuck with your shit heavy, dog.
Thank you, my
You already
dog.
know. I've called in 100 times.
Yeah. My my apologies for last Sunday, guys. I was honestly, I realized that the grind was long for this since the beginning of the year, 5 months nonstop this year, back-to-back podcasts. And honestly, going in that podcast, all I was thinking about was that bottle of tequila, bro. You know, sometimes sitting right here, man, and grinding and almost grinding for very little bit of money, bro.
Yeah.
You can sometimes get a little
Irritated.
not irritated, brother. 'Cause-
Discombobulated.
yeah, it's just like you just need you become not unintentionally not uninterested, but just like off your pivot, so to speak. You feel me? Because
the game, low-key, yeah.
off the game, and I and I'm glad it wasn't too horrible, bro, where I had to do damage control the next day or anything like that. But my apologies to you guys. You know what I mean?
Nah.
For
Hey,
real.
bro, palabra, I'm gonna keep it on the mouth. I'm from the A, right? So I'm gonna keep it on the mouth, fool. Hey, you do some good ass work, fool. Palabra, you're one of the best podcasters, like I said, if not the best.
Let's go.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so
I
much, my
agree,
dog.
baby.
Thank you,
Hey,
brother.
hey, wait.
Thank you, dog.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
And this is one thing I'm gonna tell you, right?
Yes,
This one
sir.
thing, and this is how we say it in the hood, right? No, para no tirar sal or not to open. you know what? I want to. Nah, never mind. I'm not even say it, bro.
We're good, baby. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love, dog, because the love keeps me going, dog. Thank you so much, brother. All right.
Right.
We got a call right here from Texas, I think. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's the idea, bro? San Antonio, Texas, baby.
San Antonio, Texas. What's your name, brother?
Hey, Josh, man. I just wanted to send a shout out to Charles Butler, man. Hey, justice. Thank you. Much justice. Hey, justice is to come to you, man. Hey, everything's gonna be all right, man.
Thank you.
He's just being calm and collective.
Yes.
And everything he needs and everything he needs to get done is gonna be in his way, man.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
yeah. Hey, I just want to say, man. Hey, Lucky.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're doing a good job, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you,
keeping
dog.
your composure and everything that you're doing, keeping it calm and being calm and collected, and listening to this story right here. Hey, I know you've been on your sober journey and being good. You know, I know you've been back to work.
Yes, sir.
Everything's coming your way.
Yeah.
And like I said, fuck no jumper. Your way.
My dog.
Hey,
Love you guys, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate
much love.
Yes, sir.
Toronto, Texas, man.
Thank you, dog. I mean, Charles, I'm sorry. I mean, the storm is over with, but there's still the aftermath,
Yes.
right? It's a lifelong aftermath,
Yes.
you know? And here you are at the young age of 73.
Yes.
I mean, how you feel?
I feel great. Believe me.
What was the first thing you did when you got out?
The first thing I did when I
Or
got
that you wanted to do? What was your, like, man, first was it to get something to eat?
when they first brought me out of the prison, the only thing I wanted the driver to do is to stop at a liquor store so I can get me a pack of cigarettes, man.
Yeah, because they took the bugler away.
Yes.
They took the bugler away, what,
Yes.
96 or something?
Somewhere around there, yes.
Yeah.
So that's all I wanted. And then when I did get home and what have you, I got me a hamburger, man.
Let's get this phone call. I think this is my Big Lou right here. Big Lou, man. Big Lou, what up?
How you been, man? How you been?
I'm doing good, brother. You know you're live on the phone right now with on Hoodstocks, right?
Yeah. I'm driving into work, man, listening to your podcast, man. Hey, man, your fucking shows are getting fucking real good, bro. Interviews are great.
Thank you, Big Lou.
Hanging though with George Perez, the part 2.
It's in the members, bro. It's in the members, dog. You got to be a member.
I'm gonna get on that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna join, bro.
It's only a few dollars, brother, a month. That's it. And so the part 2 for. Go ahead, Big Lou.
Well worth it, man. I'm gonna join.
Thank you, Big Lou. Hey, so if everybody don't know, this is one of my old bosses. He's a GF.
Sick.
He's a motherfucking IBW Local 11 journeyman GF, a big dog in this electrical game, man. And he was always solid with me, man. Big Lou is cool as fuck. I love Big Lou. Hey, man, that was a soap opera at that one job, bro. You were a fool for all that shit, man.
Yeah, I remember when I first met with you and I hit you about podcasts and I listened to George and you're like, yeah, I know him, and I'm like, this fucking liar, he don't know.
Yeah, he don't know.
But I guess you didn't. At the time, I guess you didn't want to mix work with the podcast and shit. And after we broke ways, I ran across you on YouTube, and I'm like, "You motherfucker rap? What the fuck? You got a podcast?" I fucking started tuning in, man. It's good shit, man. It's
Thank you.
Better by the day, man.
Thank you, Big
I
Lou.
want to give you guys your props, man, and sorry for this homeboy what he had to go through, man. Just stay positive and wish you the best, man. Wish you luck.
Big Lou, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
All right, bro. Have a good night, man.
You too, brother. Have a good. You're going to work, so be safe, bro.
Yeah. Right on. Have a
Okay,
good one.
bro. That's Big Lou right there, man. He's just a big ass fucking Mexican, bro. He's built like a motherfucking Mack truck, dog. You know what I mean? He always tell me about, hey, dog, check out my McMansion. He called me his house. He got a big, that beautiful house, bro. I ain't gonna say where, bro, but this dude is fucking legit. He's solid, man, and he's just fucking cool as shit, man. So you got yourself a hamburger. Was it a good? What kind of burger? Where'd you get it from? Do you remember?
I don't even remember where it come from.
So, I mean, let me ask you a question, OG. I mean, doing 43 years in California Department of Corrections, now rehabilitation, right? They added the R to it, correct? Yes. How is it's two questions. How is the rehabilitation in there? Is it making a difference in the system?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they're doing justice
They're
now.
doing justice now. They're doing good now. If it isn't, I'm going to say so. But from what I've seen now, they're actually caring about the people are there. Okay, they're trying to help them now.
Yeah.
Before they wasn't trying to help them. They wasn't giving a damn. They'd put them out there and let them go at it. You know, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you're on your own. You know what I'm saying?
That's real shit right there too.
But now they're taking, well, at least I can say it for Vacaville.
Yeah.
Okay, and everyone's downing Vacaville because they say that if you're in Vacaville, you're a dropout.
Yeah.
Okay, some of them just can't help them, and they need to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't help themselves.
What's a medical yard, right?
Yes, it's a medical yard.
Yeah.
Okay, and some of them need to be there, and it's giving them the help that they need because I seen it.
Yeah.
And I see it all. Because I'm up at 3:00 in the morning and I'm working until 5.
What are you doing up at 3:00 in the morning? At the
I'm buffing
penitentiary?
them floors, man. I strip them and buff them and all.
Yeah.
I strip them and buff them and all.
How do you do that in a wheelchair?
That doesn't stop me. I got to keep busy, man. Shit. I got to stay at it, huh?
Yeah.
I ain't no person want to be laying around doing nothing. No. I'm up at 3:00 every morning and I'm in them hallways, stripping the floors and waxing them. They used to call me to come and handle all the floors and teach somebody else how to do it.
So after 43 years, once again, this is my second question, and it's kind of a simple question that I'm really, really interested in, though. But you've done everything you can do with a noodle soup.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
When you're in the market and you pass by the noodle soup aisle, I mean,
I don't even want to stop there. No.
just keep on pushing.
Just keep on pushing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But if you were to give someone, because we talk about this a lot of times because we have a lot of ex-lifers that come in here like yourself.
Yes.
I think you're the one that's done the most years out of all the ex-lifers that I've had on this platform. But if you were to, what's your best recipe on a spread? How did you like it? How did you like to make it when times were good?
Oh. I have to.
You need
stop
some water?
Smoking.
I got some water
No,
right here.
I just have to stop smoking. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But I like it when you take some pork rinds and you put it in there with you take some chorizo, put some chorizo in there, and
Yeah.
all the meats you can come up with, and put it in there with some salsa.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's screaming.
Okay.
It's
okay.
screaming.
Okay. There we go. There we
Okay.
go. And now we out here, and we were talking about barbecue in the beginning, man. You know what I mean? What's your favorite barbecue, man?
Anything barbecue.
Anything chicken,
Anything,
chicken, links,
whatever,
ribs.
whatever.
Yeah.
As long as it's barbecue, yes.
And so after so many years of pain in your heart, right? How do you find, besides the freedom, what gives you joy now?
I try to let people know, and it gives me joy, that when I can tell people where I've been and to try and let them see that you have to learn how to treat yourself and stop cheating yourself. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. You're cheating yourself when you're doing stupid shit. You're cheating yourself when you think you're getting away with something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. You're cheating yourself because that's all going to catch up with you, and it's not going to be worth it when the end comes, homie.
Mr. Butler. So where does life go from here now? Besides, you said you got some things you want to do. We got to get you a lawyer, right?
Yes.
We got to get. I'm gonna try to pull every single string I possibly can.
I try not to plan anything. Okay? I don't make plans for anything because tomorrow is not promised. I'm just lucky that I survived all of what I have. So I'm not ready to go anywhere yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't plan anything. What I do is I just wake up in the morning, if I wake up, and I deal with it as I go, man. I be treating myself, and all day long I think about treating myself. Treating myself is when I can tell someone something that will help them along. That's when I feel more that I'm treating myself. Because I'm giving something to someone that I've been through and trying to steer them in a way that's better for them.
Amen.
And I can't preach it to them because when you tell them too much, they think you're preaching to them and you're trying to tell them and lead their life. I'm not trying to do that. You stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane.
What do you, the power of prayer?
The power of prayer is good. It's the spirit, man. It's the spirit. And when you feel it, and you're going to feel nothing but joy. We all need something that we can feel some joy with without it coming from another person.
Could you, is it a possibility that you can do this platform of Solid, the audience of Solid, with a prayer ending this podcast? From
Yes,
you?
yes. Oh, my God.
Is that okay? Is that too much to ask for?
No, nothing is too much to ask.
I'd like to hear how you pray. You know, if that's okay, and I'd like to be a part of a prayer with you.
Okay, I don't know. I've never prayed for someone else to hear me or hear a prayer that I had, but I'll do the best that I can do
Okay.
for whatever I can do.
Should we bow our heads?
Yes. Okay. Good Lord, I don't know how to say it to you or how to ask this of you, but good Lord, would you please try to save some of the people that needs your help? Lead them in a way that they can come to reality and quit cheating themselves and learn how to treat themselves. Quit trying to gain and prosper and take and beg and steal from everyone else. Quit it, quit it, quit it. You will get more out of life when you're giving without looking for anything back in return. It's going to come back with a fold. That I guarantee you. I guarantee it. Good Lord, try to give what I've learned and what I say to other people, even if it's not all of it, just part of it. Good Lord, please help us all to try and get along and learn how to treat one another and show love and respect. Love and respect to all. Heavenly Father, I ask of you in your own name. Amen, God. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Butler. Do you have a personal phone number that we can give out to the audience?
Yes.
Okay.
380.
Okay. They're listening. Let's go.
380. 3 correction. Oh my Lord. 310. 380. 8440.
Okay.
380. Correction. There I go again.
310.
Yeah.
340.
Yeah.
Bring it to me real quick, bro, so and I'll read it off. Let me read it real quick.
Wow.
This is
Charles.
Butler.
This is Mr. Butler's phone number, Charles Butler, and his phone number is 310-340-8440. Once again, if you'd like to reach out to Mr. Charles Butler in any way, if you just like to send him a text message or a phone call, or if you have something that you can help him out with, you know, whatever, I'm sure the man would be very gracious with any blessings you can put forward to him. His phone number is 310-340-8440. Mr. Charles Butler.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much, OG.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're free. I'm glad you're home.
Thank you.
Thank you for being transparent. Thank you for sharing your pain right here with us. Honestly, my heart was just, I felt it, man. Sometimes I sit across I haven't felt it in a minute, man, but this podcast, your story, your testimony, your journey, your pain, man, no one's going to feel it the way you feel it, obviously, right? But, man,
but I hope
it's powerful, man.
I hope that it'll help someone else too, man.
You need to write a book. You got to get a movie going. We need to get these lawyers, get that money, get your pockets lined up right, and just so 70, now you can just live the best of your remaining life.
Thank you.
With no worries.
That would be nice. But that, I would have to put it back into society, man.
Absolutely.
We can use all the help they can get out there, man.
Absolutely. Let's see where we're at with this Cash App real quick. We're at $126.
NC, just
$100, yeah. And I'll forward that. I'll forward that too. We get a percentage of that. I'll forward that in the coming soon, bro. That will come soon. But we have $126 right here. Yeah, man, we're gonna we're gonna get this right.
Come on.
We're gonna get this right. I think I got $100 bill on me right now, so let me get you this, and then I'll get you the remaining amount. And I know from now until tomorrow and the next day, there will probably be more money that comes in. So trust me.
Yeah, now they have his number, so like we can just figure it out from there.
Yeah, exactly, brother. You know what I mean? I'll forward it to you, and you get it to Big Dog right here, the OG, triple OG right here.
Yeah, they'll reach out.
Thanks, bro.
Absolutely, man.
Thank
Absolutely. You. It's the least. We're a community right here, Mr. Butler. We're a community, and we take care of each other, man.
Okay. If you ever need my assistance for anything to help do anything, call on me.
I think I'm about
call
I'm
on
gonna call
me.
you.
Call on me.
Call you.
Call on me, man.
Well, we're gonna need you to come back, and we're gonna have to keep tabs on what's going on with you, and so we'll bring you back in maybe the end of the year, or see where you're at with life, how things are going. Maybe we can get the lawyer stuff cracking. I mean, not maybe, we're gonna get it going.
All right. All right.
Yes. Everybody, thank you for tapping.
Thank you all.
Yes, tapping in.
May God be with you all.
Yes. Anything else you'd like to say ending this?
Learn how to treat yourself. Quit cheating yourselves, please.
Amen. Everybody.